Pedro Pascal is back at it when he's not comparing supporters of Donald Trump to Nazis and Confederates. He's pushing the evil and destructive transgender ideology. He did this a couple weeks ago in a post on Instagram. He shared this. It says, "A world without trans people has never existed and never will. It is a complete and utter lie. There is no such thing as a trans person because it is biologically impossible to transition from male to female. You are either male or you are either female. There is no way to go from male to female or vice versa. It is just simply biological reality." So Pedro Pascal is clearly mentally damaged, probably in a number of areas, because he is literally warring against reality. Not only did he share this image, but then he added this: "I can't think of anything more vile and small and pathetic than terrorizing the smallest, most vulnerable community of people who want nothing from you except the right to exist." Well, we know that is an utter lie, and it's not surprising that Pedro Pascal would lie about this, because the old transgender ideology is based on the lie that men can become women and women can become men, which they cannot. It is impossible, to reiterate. Furthermore, what does the transgender ideology do? They are the ones that are terrorizing, targeting, and trying to destroy the most vulnerable in children, as well as people who are clearly suffering mental issues and they need help. That is the reality. So he's trying to paint these so-called trans activists as the ones who are being terrorized, when it's the trans activists who are terrorizing children, their parents, and people suffering from mental issues such as gender dysphoria. It's absolutely sick and disgusting. Sick and disgusting. And these people are constantly trying to shove this down our throats to make us accept this as something that is normal, accept this absolute lie. We should not do this. In my opinion, Pedro Pascal should be blacklisted from Hollywood for this. This is so repugnant, so evil. He should never be allowed to push this stuff. This should be outlawed. This is an absolutely vile, disgusting ideology that is destroying people spiritually, emotionally, and in many cases, physically. That's right. People are being mutilated in the name of this ideology. It's absolutely sick. Archbishop Alexander Sample of the Archdiocese of Portland explains how this ideology, which he calls gender identity theory, operates. He says, "This theory separates gender, manness, and womanness, and the masculine and feminine principles found in nature itself from biological sex, rooting sex identity in a dissociated self-perception rather than the body. In cases of a felt incongruence between gender identity and sex, this model affirms a subjective sense of gender over the objective fact of biological sex and recommends the process of transitioning to identify as one's chosen rather than a given sex." He then outlines the 4 stages activists use to transition children and others. The process of transition can take numerous forms, but the standard framework delineates 4 stages of gender-affirming care for young people: social transition, puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and surgeries. Social transition includes adopting the name, pronouns, facilities, use, clothing, and appearance that align with the subjective sense of gender. Puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries are all aspects of medical transition. To some, supporting aspects of social transition may seem benign, even humane, such as using someone's preferred pronouns and actively affirming his or her perceived gender. However, while well-intentioned, this kind of endorsement may help shepherd a young person on a path of unnecessary medicalization. Social transition is often the first step toward hormones and surgery. A 2020 survey of transgender and non-binary youth found that 64% of respondents were either already receiving cross-sex hormones or desired to do so. Danish researchers who first used puberty blockers on gender dysphoric children found that social transition increased the likelihood that dysphoria would persist and result in medicalization. So they are literally doing harm to these individuals. They are not helping them. They are ushering them down a path to mutilation. It is sick, it is disgusting, and it is evil, and that is what Pedro Pascal here is advocating for. Furthermore, we have a new study from the University of Texas that found that individuals suffering from gender dysphoria who are mutilated by doctors are, quote, at significantly higher risk for depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation and substance use disorders than those without surgery. The study added males with surgery showed a higher prevalence of depression, while females exhibited similar trends with elevated depression. So this is an absolutely evil ideology. We need to expunge it. We need to absolutely oppose this stuff. It literally popped up in like the last 20 years. It's absolutely sick. And you've got some of the biggest people in Hollywood, like Pedro Pascal, pushing this stuff. I mean, this guy is leading so many people down an absolute dangerous, evil, wicked path. What does Christ say about people who do this? They deserve a millstone and be tossed into the ocean. That's how vile this is. So me saying that he should be banned from Hollywood, should not be getting these roles in Fantastic Four, should not be getting a role in The Mandalorian, should not be able to use the press tour, use his celebrity to promote this stuff, is minuscule to the punishment that Christ said people like him should face. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.